energy landscape. Compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines?
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
IndianaSRN wants to put more kids on TV. And honestly, that's exactly what these kids deserve. They stream more than 350 high school and college games every year, giving Indiana athletes the spotlight they've earned. All games are free to watch with on-demand on their YouTube channel. The cost is amazingly affordable, which means more kids get their moment to shine. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Well, good evening, everyone, and we welcome you back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium. We had a long rain delay, and the schedule has changed. We'll talk more about the schedule and what it means for these two teams tonight, the number 1 and number 2 seeds. Earlham and Transylvania set to do battle coming up in about 10 minutes with the first pitch, and then what the schedule looks like for tomorrow. And we're anticipating a full day again tomorrow, a little bit different than what maybe we were thinking was going to be tomorrow. Was 2 games will turn into 3 games, but more coming on that in just a few moments. The HCAC Baseball Tournament brought to you as always by Reynolds Farm Equipment, your local hometown John Deere dealer since 1955. 5 Central Indiana locations. Reynolds meets all your equipment, parts, and service needs. Boilermaker Local 374, representing skilled workers across Indiana. Discover the Boilermaker advantage with Local 374. Morales Group Staffing, building better futures one story at a time. Let us help you find your next opportunity. Visit Kokomo. No matter what you're looking to explore, Kokomo has something for you. And the IndianaSRN sports page. From the court to the field, IndianaSRN brings it home daily. Information from high school, college, and pro sports coverage. Troy Derengowski, Chris Schumerth with you. Now, the schedule, Chris, it has changed because of the rain we got earlier. The only game we're going to play now the rest of the day will be this one, number 1 and number 2, Earlham and Transylvania. And then the schedule will have 3 games tomorrow. We'll start now at 10 o'clock with the one game that was supposed to be played after this one. So that will be the Rose-Hulman game, and they'll take on Hanover in the first game tomorrow at 10. Then we'll have the 1 o'clock game as usual, and the other game that was supposed to be played at 4:30 will be played at 4. So we'll know about those 2 games coming up a little bit. But again, things had to change because of the rain.
I'm glad you seem to understand it in your head.
Thank you.
I'm just going to count on you telling me when to be in this seat at what time and which teams are going to be playing.
Okay, so you'll be here tomorrow at 10.
Okay, yes.
Okay, good.
A little bit before, hopefully.
A little bit before. That's good news. Well, tonight, though, we're going to focus on this game. You see the head coaches meeting with the umpires. It's number 1 and number 2. They split during the regular season. That 2 games, by the way, were played in Richmond, and certainly it should be this way. It's the top 2 teams trying to play for a championship, and they'll get into the championship if they win tonight.
Yeah, they split during the regular season. They only played twice. This is the matchup that a lot of people, yourself and me have been looking forward to all weekend. This is not an elimination game, so whoever loses here will still be alive in the tournament. Should be a lot of fun.
Well, 2 teams that hit well. You have both teams that pitch well. Both teams really, bottom line, do about everything well, and that's why they're here. Let's break it down. Your thoughts about this Transylvania team, the number 2 team in this tournament?
Yeah, we watched them last night, and one of the things we talked about before they played was that they will bunt and they will steal, and bunting maybe not a huge aspect of the game, but stealing was. So they're going to run. They're going to put pressure on the defense with their aggressiveness. And, yeah, we'll see how the starting pitching is because they did throw who we think was their ace last night. So, yeah, that'll be a factor as well.
By the way, Transylvania, the number 1 team hitting-wise at .318 coming into this one here tonight. Earlham is the 2nd team when it comes to home run power. They've hit 45 home runs this year, but from a pitching standpoint, we talk so much about the importance of pitching. Earlham, the leader in the conference, really, when you think about it, by far with an ERA of 3.83. Transylvania is second at 4.65. And I still believe good pitching will beat good hitting, and they're going to need a good performance tonight. And we're going to talk about these 2 pitchers in a couple of moments, but bottom line is you got to find a way to keep this Transylvania team in check and vice versa.
Yeah, something else we noticed was just with this Earlham team in particular, man, do they keep a lot of guys on the roster right now. And I think that's an indication just of some momentum in the program and some culture that's being built, some excitement. in terms of their competitiveness. That hasn't always been the case, as you of all people know, in Earlham's program.
Well, it'll be Kyle Jeffries getting the start tonight. The right-hander will make his 11th start, 58 and 2/3 innings, 64 hits. He's given up 28 runs, 23 earned, 39 strikeouts, and 15 walks. On the year, he's 5-3 with an ERA of 3.53, and opposing teams are hitting him at a 290 clip. And again, we know what he's going to have to do tonight. Going to keep that ball low in the strike zone, keep these guys off base to make sure there's not too much pressure on the catcher tonight to try to throw out base runners, but that won't be an easy thing to do. And, you know, we talk about some of the games we've seen already. We just don't know what's going to happen here. There's been so many strange things happen in all of the games we have seen that we could really expect just about anything.
And that's the fun part of this, is really having no idea how this is going to go.
When these two teams met in Richmond, the first game ended up going, again, extra innings, and it was a game in which it went 11, and Transylvania won it in the top of the 11th inning. In the second game, Earlham really flexed their muscle, and they just went nuts in the hitting department. They won the second game in kind of dominating fashion. Transylvania was never really in it, and after the game, there was not words said, I think, between the two coaches, but there was maybe something like, hey, why are you celebrating so much and all that, because they still had another series to go at the end of the season, and Earlham ended up getting the tiebreaker and the number one seed. So I think bottom line is there's a lot of respect between these two teams, but there's probably also not a whole lot of love lost either.
When you're at the top of the league and when you're both fighting and scratching and clawing for the same prize, that there's no surprise there. I won't be surprised if we see some tension erupt at some point.
All right, here we go. After the long rain delay, we're ready to go for the number 1 and number 2 teams in the HCAC. Great to have you with us here on HCAC.tv. Our opening inning brought to you by Subway Catering, and we're ready to go. Caden Ford will lead things off. Ford, one of the top hitters in the conference, and a guy they want to get on base. 13 stolen bases, and the first pitch is low, ball 1. We are underway. Official start time at 6:57. Jeffries gets the sign and the pitch on the way, and he misses low and inside, 2-0. Caden Ford at 378 on the year, couple of home runs and 22 runs driven in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Jeffries at second will field and throw, and there's one away.
Having called those games when they played each other, Troy, one of these two pitchers started that day. Do you remember which one it was?
No.
It was, in fact, Jeffries.
Good. I barely remember what time I got up today.
And Jeffries started the one that went 11 innings.
Here is Shiratori. Stayed at 376, no home runs and 28 runs driven in. Jeffries set to throw, and his pitch is outside for a ball. Rick behind the plate. Rother is at first. Jeffries at second. Barnett at short. And Dix down at third with Wagster, Jimenez, and Duncan in the outfield left to right. 1-0 pitch. Called strike. I'll be interested to see how this whole thing plays out tomorrow as that pitch stays up high. Again, with that schedule change, and they had the meeting of the minds in the room just to our left and trying to figure out what would be the best and maybe the fairest, really, when you look at it, possibility for tomorrow. As that pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike. And so the formula came, again, with some positives and some negatives for all these teams. The bottom line is you're trying to do whatever you can to make sure that there's just one game on Sunday. The 3-1 pitch is low. That'll be ball 4. This guy can steal bases.
Maybe a little bit of a break for Hanover and Rose-Hulman, that they get to, push one more day, sleep, think about how they're going to approach tomorrow.
Here's Ethan Dillon, 375 on the year, 10 home runs and 42 runs driven in. Shiratori, 20 of 25 stolen bases. The 20 stolen bases, currently third on the team. We talked about the numbers. You did a little bit ago as well. They love to run, so keep it on Shiratori at first. And, of course, Jeffries will keep an eye on Shiratori and several others. Boy, on the season, this is a team that has stolen now 140 bases. Check swing. Did he go around? They will appeal. He did not. And so Ethan Dillon ahead in the count at 1 ball, no strikes.
Shiratori did have 1 stolen base last night.
Quick move to first, and a really good move that time by Jeffries.
Shiratori leaning a little bit.
Well, the rain really, when you think about, again, with the turf field, doesn't really affect it too much. Boy, it has been a really cool spring and another cool night here in Kokomo. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch, low for a ball. I'm going to be curious to see how the catcher, Rick, does here today. We watched Dillon throw a lot back to the pitcher, but I don't think we have seen him get challenged too much by this type of a team yet. And the pitch is outside 3-0. Well, you don't want to do that very often either, is pitch in a 3-0 count. The stretch by Jeffries, and another throw to first. So far, a couple of pretty good moves to first base. Shiratori, see if he gets a little extra step on that lead down to first base. He will stay put, and the pitch misses low and outside, ball 4, back-to-back walks. And now runners at first and second.
We talked about how it was a little bit odd that Anderson was the home team from the 5 seed and Rose the visitors from the 3 seed. Well, at least they seem to have gotten it right in this one. Get the top seed as the home team.
Here is Chris Hettinger stepping to the plate. .356 batting average in the cleanup spot here tonight. And there's a strike.
Jeffrey's not overwhelming in terms of velocity, but he's had a successful enough year that you know he's got some other tools in the toolbox.
The pitch on the way, and that caught the outside corner for strike 2. Earlham got off to, I think, a little slow start last night, though their bats came alive late in that win over Anderson, and they ended up scoring 10 runs. The 0-2 pitch, popped him up, right side. Duncan in shallow right field will camp under it, make the catch. Runners will stay put. A big out of the cleanup hitter, and that'll bring it now Trevor Watkins.
Now batting number 29, Trevor Watkins.
Watkins, 316, 2 home runs and 21 runs driven in. Don't be too surprised here if you watch Shiratori and Dillon maybe look for a double steal. But now Jeffries 1 out away from getting out of this half inning. The pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-0.
With 2 walks in this first inning, you might wonder how Jeffries was in that department over the course of the season. 15 walks in 10 appearances. So this is a little unusual for him to walk 2 in the first inning.
That pitch called strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Shiratori down at second. Dillon with the lead at first. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch stays up high, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lone outside, 3-1. Now he's a ball away from loading things up. Calvin Schubert on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Fly ball down the right side, and that's going to drift out of play. So we're going to 3-2, and the runners will get a good jump right here.
See a little baseball erupting on the playground out there.
Yeah, first time we've seen that.
Maybe you should go see if you can get in a bat in. Seems about the right, dimensions for you.
Look, that kid gave the ball back. Here we go, 3-2. Popped him up. Dick along with Rick, both are there, and it goes out of play. Good effort by both the third baseman and the catcher for Earlham. So we will stay at 3-2. Boy, long half inning here for Jeffries and the Quakers. Question is, can Transylvania get a run on the board here in the first inning? Payoff pitch on the way, lined into left field, base hit, rounding third. Shiratori, here's the throw to the plate. It sails high over everybody's head. Runners will advance, and Transylvania leads it 1-0.
What a start for Transylvania.
Runners advance. That should be a throwing error on Wagster in left field. And again, runners at second and third. And Watkins able to get an RBI. Here's Calvin Schubert. Schubert at 287 on the year, couple of home runs and 31 runs driven in. Swing and a miss. They have not put an error on the board, but I'm pretty sure you'd have to give Wagster a throwing error because a runner did
100%.
advance to second base.
Yep.
Here's a good look at your hitter, Schubert. Pitches up high.
Be another test to see if they're listening to us.
Have they yet?
They've failed all these tests before, but
here's the 1-1 pitch. Low inside, 2-1.
suppose you could say he was going to get to second on the throw. Would be the other way to score it.
The 2-1, swing and a miss. We'll go to 2-2. I don't think he was heading to second until that throw sailed over the catcher's head. But they again haven't come down to ask, so I'll just leave it there. The break-even pitch. Line down the line, and that'll be foul. Boy, and he jumped all over that pitch.
Dylan's life just flashed before his eyes down there at third base.
I think you heard of the whiz of that baseball.
Whew. I think he felt the whiz of that baseball.
No kidding. So far, Jeffrey struggling a little bit here in this first inning. Oh, my. The ire of the Earlham faithful. That was a pretty good pitch from our vantage point.
Quakers are peaceful people, right?
Want to find out in a minute? The payoff pitch on the way, and got him looking on that one.
And the Pioneers don't like that one.
Transy.
So now we're even.
Yep, to get a run, we hit at the bottom of the first. Transy leads at 1-0.
Poached egg on avocado toast.
Ew.
Your flash fried porgy over chips.
Ew.
Your fresh Maine lobster with microgreens.
When the only thing your 8-year-old will eat is waffles.
She's fine. She's fine. Your waffles, milady.
It matters where you stay.
Yum.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
The heart of a lion means following your passion with an intensity unmatched by others. The heart of a lion means following your passion with an intensity unmatched by others.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. It'll be Sean Jeffries to lead it off, followed by Jonathan Jimenez and Mitchell Rother. 1-0 Transy with the lead. And on the mound, the left-hander. Seems like he's been around a lot longer than he has. Giancarlo Gonzalez making his 13th start, 16 1/3 innings, 72 hits, 40 runs, 32 earned, 50 strikeouts, and 23 walks. He is 5-1 this year with an ERA of 4.77, and opposing teams hitting it at a 290 clip.
Sounds like the numbers of a third starter.
It does. He'll be facing a Earlham team as a team hitting again at 297 on the season, but the numbers that stand out are the amount of runs they have scored this year, 324, 45 home runs. They have a slugging percentage of 492 and an on-base percentage at 416. All of those numbers are in the top 3 in the conference. And here is Sean Jeffries to lead it off. Jeffries at 318, a couple of home runs and 34 RBI. Earlham is a team that will run as well when they get a chance. They have 128 stolen bases. And the pitch by Gonzalez is a called strike. Sean Jeffries, 19 of 20 in the stolen base department, and he has scored 45 runs this season. He, along with Jimenez, at 46 and 45 this season. Count of 1-1 strike. Pitch low and inside.
Jeffries last night, 1 for 4, 2 runs scored.
Watkins behind the plate gets the sign. The swing and a miss. Two balls and 2 strikes now to the leadoff hitter, Jeffries. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, 3-2. The winner of this game will punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The payoff pitch on the way, and that's inside for ball 4. Leadoff walk to Jeffries. Here is Jimenez. Jimenez, 274 on the year. 4 home runs, 18 runs driven in. Let's see if the Quakers will waste any time trying to get Jeffries going down at first base. Again, 19 of 20 stolen bases. And a courtesy throw to first, just to let Jeffries know that they're thinking about him. The stretch and the pitch hit foul. Watkins again behind the plate. Henninger is down at first. Shiratori is at second. Alcorn at short. Finn at third. For Dillon and Schubert in the outfield left to right. Gonzalez will again throw to first. There's going to be a lot of cat and mouse and a lot of strategy in this game because you don't, again, want to go into that loser's bracket for tomorrow. The pitch. Inside, ball 2. I should say ball 1, 1-1. The loser of this game will be at 1 o'clock. This one lined into center field. Coming on to make the catch is Dillon. And quickly back to first is Jeffries. Jimenez hit it well. But there's one away, and here's Rother.
Give you some sense this isn't exactly right because this isn't a series, but if in professional baseball, the team that wins the first game of a 3-game series wins the series 76% of the time. That's how important this game is.
This guy's a power hitter indeed. 9 home runs, 45 runs driven in, and not only does he hit for power, he hits for average at 380 on the season. He and McFarland, a great combination of number 3 and number 4 in the lineup. Pitches up high for a ball. We were watching the first baseman warm up in the pregame warm-ups for Earlham. It looked like they had several offensive linemen ready to go tonight. Big fellas. Swing and a miss. Rother gets a hold of one. You will know it. The stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a called strike. Rother asking where that pitch was.
Yeah, he didn't like it. Inside corner.
The stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off, low and inside. Throw down. Gonzalez cuts it off, and a stolen base for Jeffries. I'm not sure if Gonzalez meant to cut that off, but that throw was right at him.
It was, in fact, it was low on his body, so it certainly wasn't going to get the runner.
Watkins out to talk with Gonzalez. Yeah, I don't think they would have gotten Jeffries anyway. He had a really good jump. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Mitchell Rother trying to drive in the first run of the ball game for the Quakers.
This must be a softball team making their way down.
Foul tipped, held on by Watkins, and Rother strikes out for out number 2. And here's Jackson McFarland, and this guy's a power hitter from the left side. 10 home runs and 38 runs driven in. So Jeffries at second, 2 away. Gonzalez will come set, and the pitch. Low and outside for a ball.
McFarland yesterday, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs, and a walk.
I don't know about you, but I'd hate to be either one of these 2 pitchers facing this lineup. Here's the 1-0. Hit well. Diving, Shiratori makes the throw to first, and he is safe, and now runners at first and third. Hedinger almost dug that out of the turf. They will give McFarland, I believe, an infield base hit, and here's Noah Wagster. Wagster at 364, 4 home runs and 29 runs driven in. Chance for the Quakers now to tie this with 2 outs in the bottom half of inning number 1. The stretch and the pitch. Called strike. The 0-1. Strike 2. I think Wagster thought that was too far inside. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It will stay at 0-2. The stretch by Gonzalez and the pitch on the way. Chopper Gonzalez, right side, and he will let it go foul. Coming out is Watkins. And we'll return to our respective bases and stay at no balls and 2 strikes. The Wagster's got a pretty good idea of what Gonzalez can throw here in his first at-bat. Jeffries down at third, McFarland at first. Runner takes off. Ground ball toward Alcorn at short. His only play will be at first. They get the out there. The Quakers leave 2 runners on base. After 1, Transy leads at 1-0.
Nanotechnology is in so many different facets of our lives that we don't even realize. So the easy thing is smartphones, nanoscale chips that are in the smartphones. Something else you don't think about are the sensors in all of our cameras. Those sensors that give us the pretty pictures are made by nano engineers. Glitter, it's everywhere, right? Parents' worst nightmare. It's actually a highly designed structure of thin films that they create to have a certain effect. And so that's why you have a single colored glitter, you have a color shift glitter. That's nano engineering.
Good look once again at Kyle Jeffries, the right-hander for the Quakers. 1-0 as we move to the second, brought to you by Oscar Pizza. Finn will lead things off, followed by Nick Pietromonaco, and then it'll be Brenton Alcorn.
Interesting end to the previous half inning. So Earlham had runners on first and third, tried a delayed steal. Gonzalez, the pitcher for Transylvania, didn't react, just pitched, ends up being a ground ball, gets the out. That was a big play because a lot of times you step off, you kind of fall for the bait of the rundown, maybe you end up giving up a run.
No balls and a strike now to Max Finn. He's a .257 hitter. Swing and a miss. I am still interested in Rick. His 2 throws back to the pitcher had bounced.
Yep.
I'm still haven't figured that one out. The 0-2.
And it's just an uncomfortable, like he just looks uncomfortable doing it.
Yeah. And I was a little bit surprised that in the first inning that we didn't see a steal attempt to see what he would do. The 0-2 pitch, lifted foul. Now he is struggling getting it back to home plate. He doesn't come out like he was doing earlier where he'd step out and then throw it.
I bet we'll see it in the game at some point.
Yeah. Everything's been down in his catching position. The 0-2, low and outside. Here's another one. Now, I think as a pitcher, I'd be a little frustrated by that myself.
Oh, sure.
Because I want to get it back.
Yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Max Finn. That one bounces in the dirt, and we'll go to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, 3-2. Already 2 walks for Jeffries. First walk he gave up did score. We have seen that quite often. The payoff pitch on the way. Misses inside, 3rd walk. Pietromonaco steps to the plate. Pietromonaco DHing, and we will have a visit to the mound. They're going to talk about Jeffries and the Inability to get strikes here in the first couple of innings. I think in a lot of ways you go back to inning number 1 where Transylvania got runners on the corners and really could have been a much bigger inning, but Calvin Schubert ended up striking out. And that ended any further threat. 6 batters coming to the plate. And I know the Quakers don't want to have this happen again here in inning number 2. So after a short meeting, Pedro Monaco steps to the plate. 344 hitter on the year, a home run and 20 runs driven in. See if they'll get something started right now. Popped up on the bunt attempt, and it'll be caught by Jeffries. And, whoa, how many times have we seen that in this tournament? A failed bunt attempt to get the runner to second base.
Furiously trying to find Rick's numbers on throwing guys out. We're attempting to steal a base. So he's got 6 on the season. As recent as May 2nd.
Here is Brenton Alcorn. One thing Jeffries has been very consistent at is keeping the runners close at first base. Alcorn hitting .278 on the year, takes the pitch low for a ball.
Yeah, they watched the game last night too.
You notice that time the catcher, Rick, came out from behind the plate. Hit well, right side, diving, knocking it down. Jeffries, throw to first, in time. Great play by Jeffries. Finn advancing to second base, 2 away. Top of the order now, Caden Ford. That potentially saved a runner advancing on to third. So now Finn at second base. Ford steps to the plate, 0 for 1. He shows bunt, the pitch low and inside, 1-0.
All right, so I wasn't fully satisfied with my caught stealing numbers, so I wanted to compare it to the rest of the conference. It does look like Rick's toward the bottom of the conference in terms of throwing guys out.
Low and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Well, we haven't seen Trans even attempt one yet. And it appeared, at least early, that they had that opportunity. And don't be too surprised when you see Transy get to second base. They don't try to steal third, though it would be tough to do with a left-handed hitter. The 2-0 pitch gets away from Rick. And Finn will advance on to third. So wait and see if that is a wild pitch, and I believe it will be. And you're at 3-0 now to Ford with Shiratori on deck. Not the best of starts here for the Quakers. So far they have dodged a bullet or 2, but Finn down at third. The pitch. And it'll be ball 4. That is now 4 walks given up by Jeffries.
And again, he only averages about 1.5 a game, so he's well over his average.
Here Shiratori walked and scored. The game's only run back in the first inning. Earlham pitching overall is the lowest in the conference in walks with 107. And already Shiratori ahead in the count at 1 ball and no strikes. In fact, the 107 is by far better than anybody else. And the pitch up high.
Now we're getting out in front of the plate.
2 balls and no strikes. See if Ford will get the green light here. Finn down at third. There's a called strike. There is a right-hander throwing in the Quaker bullpen. Two away as we play here in the top of the second. The pitch. That's a called strike. Two balls, 2 strikes. I imagine Ford may be going right here. He doesn't. This one popped up foul. I'm still a little bit perplexed that the Pioneers have not gotten Ford off to the races. 2 away here in the second inning. See if Ford will go here. The stretch by Jeffries. He will not go. He does now, so a delayed steal. The pitch was low. And Shiratori takes ball 3. So it'll go 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Big moment right here for Jeffries. The pitch. Off the bat, catches a piece of Rick. And will stay at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit by Shiratori could score 2 and give Transylvania an early lead in this one. Got him looking. A much-needed strikeout once again for Jeffries. Transy leads 2 men on. We head to the bottom of the second. Transy leads at 1-0.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
A typical day for me on campus is in the morning I usually have classes up until noon. Then I'll usually go to lunch and hopefully grab some friends and eat lunch with them. Go to the library, get some homework done, and then by that time it's usually like 4 or 5, and then I have a lot of different extracurricular club organizations that I meet with and have my weekly meetings. My favorite class I've taken has probably been ceramics, which I'm taking right now. And the reason why I say that is because I've never taken a class where it's all hands-on work. And ceramics has really opened this world of creativity that I never thought that I would find.
1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second, brought to you by Oscar Pizza. It'll be Austin Dick to lead things off with the Quakers. 1-0. Battle of number 1 and number 2. Austin at .339 on the year, 3 home runs and 24 runs driven in. See if the Quakers can get their offense going. It got runners at first and third in the first inning off Gonzalez. Chopper over the mound. Shiratori backhanding, off balance throw to first and in time. Second great play we have seen tonight from not only Shiratori, but also the second baseman Jeffries on the other side for the Quakers. Here's Chris Barnett. Barnett, .333 on the year, home run and 18 runs driven in. The pitch by Gonzalez is in there for a strike. The 0-1. And we'll go to 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, low and inside. We'll go to 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch, line toward the shortstop. Alcorn takes it on 1 hop, throw to first, 2 away. And here's Dylan Rick. Dylan at .303 on the year, 5 home runs and 20 runs driven in. Takes that pitch for a called strike. Now the 0-1. Now Dylan finds himself in a big hole. Gonzalez set to throw. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Now the 1-2. Got him. 1-2-3 inning for Gonzalez here in the second. We head to the third. Transylvania leads at 1-0.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
The film, titled Hellcat, premiered at the Heartland.
By the way, new catcher for the Earlham Quakers as Tyson Stratton will take over. As Ethan Dillon will step to the plate, it makes you wonder if maybe there was something injury-wise with Rick, and so he is out of the lineup. And I wonder if maybe that had a little bit of an effect between the chemistry of your pitcher and catcher in the battery there.
Totally. Yeah, I don't think it's unrelated at all to what we were watching.
There's a called strike. Ethan Dillon walked, left stranded at third in the first inning. Now the 0-1. Yeah, you just see Stratton. He just fires it right back, but we'd love to know what perhaps was the situation with Rick. Here's the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball up high. And we saw numerous times where Dillon to throw the ball back and it bounced, where Jeffries had to run down the loose baseball. Here's the 2-1. Lifted high in the air, left center field. This could be trouble. Wagster, Jimenez. This one will hit off the fence. Heading to third is Dillon. He may try to score. Dillon rounding third on his way to the plate. Here's the throw and an inside the park home run by Ethan Dillon.
Don't see that very often. Add that to the weekend list.
It's been a long time since I've seen an inside the park job like that. Chris Hedinger will step to the plate. There's another look at it. Watch the speed. He turns it on right here, and he was go all the way. Two 2-0 Transylvania. Pitch low and inside. Jeffries has certainly not been himself, at least from what the numbers tell us this season. We've already mentioned he's given up 4 walks, and now the inside the park home run as that's hit foul. Two balls and 1 strike now to the cleanup hitter, Henninger. The pitch. Another one about in the same location. And the count even at 2-2. Hit well down the line. That's going to be extra bases. Wagster runs it down deep in the corner, heading to second. Henninger with a head-first slide, and now back-to-back extra base hits, and Transy's got it going against Jeffries. Here's Trevor Watkins, and we're going to go to the bullpen. Change for the Quakers. We'll tell you about the new pitcher next on HCAC.tv.
Whenever I tell somebody that I go to Berea College, it's automatically, oh, so do you make brooms? And I have the pleasure to say, yeah, I actually do. Although being a broom maker is a little bit of a niche experience and niche community, it's sort of world famous, at least Berea brooms. When I first saw the broom wall, it was definitely intimidating. Coming in there as a woman, I was scared that I wasn't strong enough, but thankfully I am strong enough. And throughout learning a specific broom, especially within our catalog, it can be really defeating when you try to execute something and it's not quite right. But when you finally get it, it's really rewarding. I think having the confidence to fail has been my biggest growth, and part of that is community, and part of that is having space, time, and materials to mess up, and being able to take it to somebody like Amanda Lee or even a peer student.
Going to get a look here at Lane Willoughby. We'll give you his numbers here in a couple of moments, but how about this last play? That was the slide into home plate in the inside the park home run by Ethan Dillon. Lane Willoughby making his 12th appearance. He's been a combo pitcher between starter and out of the bullpen. 35 innings, 39 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned, 24 strikeouts, and 12 walks. 3-1 on the year with an ERA 4.37, and opposing teams hitting him at a .281 clip. Well, Jeffries, the walks didn't hurt him as much perhaps as you thought it might. Again, one of them came back to score, but then that home run by Dillon, the double by Henninger, and right now the Quakers can't afford to fall behind too far. Watkins reached on an error, or I should say reached on a base hit, but also advanced on an error. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. I know the board doesn't give him an error, but we did. That was that throw by Wagster. Willoughby's pitch, bunted, third base side. Willoughby, his only plays at first, and the runner will advance to third. So a good bunt there by Watkins. And with one away, that'll bring up Schubert. Schubert caught looking in the first. Take another look at that bunt. Well executed. Schubert had a chance to perhaps drive in the game's second run in the first inning, but he was caught looking. Willoughby now's a runner down at third. Here's the pitch, and it's a little inside, 1-0. So the Quakers have already made 2 changes. Willoughby at pitcher, Stratton behind the plate, so a brand new battery, and we're only in the second inning. Or take that back in the third inning. The pitch. Low and outside.
A little squeeze idea.
The 2-0 pitch. Line, base hit, left field. 3-0 Transylvania. Hediger crosses the plate. Schubert gets the RBI. Here's Max Finn. Only one away here in the third. Fans all bundled up again tonight here in Kokomo. Another cool evening. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, tag laid on, and not in time. Stolen base by Schubert. And that is something, again, we thought we would see a lot more earlier when Rick was at catcher, but they just never did it. Finn behind in the count, and no balls and a strike. The pitch by Willoughby, and it's up high for a ball. Runner takes off. This one chopped foul, and that will stay that way. That ball, you never know, that thing can take a funny hop down there and a spin and go back fair, but it stays foul.
Dick seemed very well aware of that, which is why he was so desperate to knock that thing toward his team's dugout.
Right now, the Transylvania, their lead at just 3-0. It has been all Pioneers early in this one. Throw down to second, not in time. Jeffries trying to sneak behind the base runner, Schubert. A couple of stolen bases now for Transylvania here in the first three. The 1-2 pitch jams him right side. Jeffries will make the throw to first. 2 away. Advancing to third is Schubert. Here is Petro Monaco. 0 for 1. Failed to get down a bunt in the second inning. He will be swinging away right here with Schubert down to third. First look at Willoughby. Popped up right side. Duncan there to make the play, close to the line, squeezes it, 2 runs across. Transylvania leads this one 3-0.
Hi, I'm Zach Likens.
I'm Ella Zaborowski.
And I'm Darius Spokey, and we're admissions counselors here at Bluffton University. And we're going to show you some of our favorite places on campus. College Hall, this is where it all began in 1899. It's home to Ramsire Auditorium and the Learning Resource Center, one of 3 student success centers on campus. The other 2, the Writing Center and the Center of Career and Vocation, are right next door in the Musselman Library. Our success centers are a big reason why 98% of our graduates are employed in graduate school or completing long-term service within the first 6 months of graduation.
This is Centennial, where many of your classes will be held. Bluffton has an 11-to-1 student-faculty ratio, which means your class sizes will be small and you'll get to know your professors. Plus, Bluffton has more than 90 majors, minors, and programs to choose from.
Ready to have some fun? Let's check out Marbeck Center, home to the Commons, where you eat. Marbeck Desk, where you can check out equipment like hammocks and bikes, and Bob's Place, where you can hang out and where our voluntary chapels are held. Bluffton has more than 60 clubs, student groups, and intramural sports like tennis ball golf. Right behind me is Emory Sears Athletic Complex. It holds Salzman Stadium, Memorial Field, and the softball diamond. Stadium lights are recently installed on Alumni Field so games can be played under the lights. You'll also be able to enjoy Beaver tailgating, Bluffton Olympics, and movies under the stars on this end of campus.
Welcome to the Bluffton University Nature Preserve. It's 160 acres of natural beauty for students to enjoy year-round. There's a pond for catch and release fishing and water sports.
Head at the bottom of the third. This third inning brought to you by Hacienda Mexican Restaurants. It'll be Duncan, Jeffries, and Jimenez now for the Quakers. And so far the offense not able to get going. Only one hit for the Quakers. That was the single by McFarland. One runner in scoring position back in the first inning. Duncan at 219 on the year. And his first look at Gonzalez, and the pitch hit into right field. Schubert back on it. One pitch, one out here in the third. Here's Jeffries.
Up next, Earlham, number 2, Sean Jeffries.
John walked, stole a base in the first, left stranded at third. The pitch by Gonzalez is inside for a ball. Tuno. Pitches outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Jeffries looking for his second walk of the night. Jonathan Jimenez on deck. The 3-0 pitch, right down the middle for a strike. Winner of this game will play tomorrow at 4. And a possible championship in that automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Swing and a miss. Loser of this game will go into the loser's bracket. They'll have to play at 1 o'clock and then come back and play at 4 o'clock. Pale pitch on the way, and Watkins is ready to throw down to first base. Jeffries will head down to first, second walk of the ball game. Here's Jimenez. I want to remind you again, it'll be an early start tomorrow. Rose-Hulman will take on Hanover at 10 o'clock. That's a scheduling change. As one game, again, wiped out for today. That would have been tonight at 7:45, and the pitch is low. So that game moved to 10. So these teams tomorrow, it's going to be quite an effort just to get back to the championship game. So the winner will just sit and watch and then see what happens. That is Jeffries down at first. We'll see if the Quakers will try to run right here with one away. Hit hard toward the third baseman, Finn. He'll get one at second. Shiratori to first, not in time. Jimenez, good speed down the line. Avoids the double play, and here's Victor Rother.
It's a good job by Finn. He looked a little bit like he was guessing whether or not the ball was going to be in his glove, but he did position his body in a way that would make sure that it stopped the ball one way or another.
Rother struck out in the first inning. And that pitch hit him. So now runners at first and second. And here is, again, the dangerous left-handed hitter, Jackson McFarland. Want to change the complexity to this game? How about McFarland? Of course, lefty-lefty's always very difficult, but this guy can hit the long ball. 10 home runs on the season, leads the team. He's one ahead of Rother. That was a home run cut.
Rother, by the way, has been hit by a pitch 13 times before that one, so 14 on the season. Only, as far as I can tell, one other player on the team with more than that. It's Jimenez.
That pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. McFarland singled his first time up. The stretch by Gonzalez and the pitch. 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. Here's the break-even pitch. Lined into left field, base hit. Rounding third will be Jimenez. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off, and the Quakers get a run. Now 3-1 Transylvania.
That was a mistake. That ball should not have been cut off. Which probably means the communication wasn't very good either.
So McFarland driving in the Quakers' first run. Here's Wagster. Able to get things going here for Earlham as Gonzalez giving up the base hit. Wagster 0 for 1. This one chopped to the right side. This is going to be trouble either way. The first baseman, Henninger, had no play, and now the bases are loaded.
Perfectly and accidentally placed in between the pitcher, the first baseman, and the second baseman. None of them were getting to that.
Second infield base hit for the Quakers, and here's Austin Dick.
As much as it has felt like Transylvania really, got off to a really good start in this game, for the Earlham to have the bases loaded right here, only down 2, they're in good shape.
Yeah, it really felt like it was all Transylvania, but Earlham coming right back. And you got to realize that this is too good of a hitting team that Earlham's going to get held in check for very long. Austin Dick is another very good hitter here in the number 6 hole. Very quick meeting for Gonzalez and the entire infield. Haven't out at any base right here. Austin grounded out in the second inning. Earlham very instrumental getting a lot of their players out of the state of Ohio. This one hit foul. Austin came in at .339, has 24 RBI. The stretch by Gonzalez and the pitch, and quickly 0-2. So Austin up there swinging the bat. The 0-2 pitch, high and outside. By the way, the softball tournament has had its issues rain-wise. I think that they're all, should I use the word discombobulated on that one? Because I don't know what's going on over there. Here's the 1-2. Inside.
Haven't gotten any text updates.
They're resuming play right now, correct? 8 o'clock, yeah. So they'll finish a game, I think it was in the third inning, so they'll finish that one tonight. 2-2 pitch, hit up the middle. Alcorn will field, and they will get the out at second base. The Quakers get a run on the board. We head to the fourth inning, 3-1 Transylvania.
Let's hear from Aus, a senior biochemistry major from Syria. At Earlham, students can pursue applied minors like medical humanities to personalize their education and make unique connections between academics and personal interests. These programs also unlock opportunities for students to integrate international travel or co-curricular experiences into their core area of study. Tell us all about it, Aus. Take it away.
Habibi Alex, thanks for the intro. Hi everyone, Growing up, I moved around a lot. I attended 9 different schools across 5 countries. And because of this, diversity in education was important to me. And Earlham College, with this diverse student body and opportunities, did not disappoint. Earlham has many unique programs, like the Applied Minor programs. Through the Applied Minor programs, students get to personalize our education and make direct connections between academic interests and co-curricular activities.
And in the 4th inning, we have a really good look at that force play down at second base to see how close it actually was. There you see it right there, so that's a pretty definitive call. 3-1. Will he be back in for another half inning of work? 4th inning brought to you by Hampton Inn Kokomo.
Bang, bang. I think he did get him.
Yeah, he got him, didn't he? Here is Brenton Alcorn. Alcorn 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it away to our left. Willoughby's pitch. Blowing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alcorn, Ford, and Shiratori once again will go around in the order here as this one hit into center field. Jimenez is there. There's one away. And here's Caden Ford, already his 3rd plate appearance tonight. Grounded out, walked, and stole a base. Willoughby's pitch lifted high in the air. Jimenez going back on it. He'll locate the baseball, make the catch, and 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning. And here's Shiratori. Shiratori walked and scored in the 1st inning, caught looking in the 2nd. Willoughby's pitch, inside, ball 1. You know, I kind of feel like you do. It almost feels like Transylvania ought to be up in this game about 6 or 7 to 1.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we've seen scores flip on a dime in this tournament.
3 balls, no strikes. Dillon is next, had that inside the park home run in the 3rd inning. There's a called strike. The 3-1 pitch. Ground ball, second base. Jeffries. And a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 4th. Transy leads at 3-1.
And an engaging experience for my students. And I think teaching isn't just about delivery of content. I think it's more about creating an environment where both my students and I can grow together. As Einstein once said, I have no special talents, I'm only passionately curious. And I want my students to embrace that curiosity, whether it's in the classroom or beyond, and be confident in their ability to solve problems and learn from every experience. I want them to leave with a better understanding of themselves, their passions, and apply what they have learned to solve real-world problems. I still remember my first day on campus when I came here for a job interview, and this was back in March of 2016. I felt very welcome, and there was a strong sense of community on campus. They were telling me about how much they loved the hands-on learning environment on campus, and they were also telling me about the amazing projects they were working on. And for them, it wasn't just about grades. they were genuinely excited about the knowledge and skills that they were gaining from all the experiences at Franklin College. For me, this connection with students resonated really well, and the strong sense of community really solidified my decision to come to Franklin. I found my future at Franklin College.
Back here in Kokomo, we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Barnett will lead things off. Gonzalez ready for another half inning of work, and he misses that one low and outside. The 1-0 pitch, called strike. The 1-1 pitch, hit foul. The 1-2 pitch on the way is high. We'll go to 2-2. Barnett grounded out back in the second inning. And now the break-even pitch. Another good cut by Barnett. Stratton on deck, getting a chance to hit for the first time tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We just get the feeling at some point this Quaker team may erupt. Trying to get this offense rolling. So Barnett is on, and here's Stratton. Stratton hasn't really had a whole lot of at-bats this year, just 1 RBI. See if he'll try to get the runner down to second base. He will square to bunt. Pitch is low and inside. Bunted foul. Runner advancing down to second base. I'm not sure what that transpired right there. Are you?
No.
Called that a ball? This one is fouled away. I could have sworn that he
fouled it. He 100% fouled it.
Then why's the guy at second base? He called a balk? Ah. Gotcha. I did not see that at all. Stratton squares to bunt again, so that's why Barnett is down at second, because of the balk. Again, we did not see it clearly up here. Quakers now have a runner in scoring position here in the fourth. Bunt at third base side, a good bunt. Finn charging, throws to first, a bang play, but Stratton does his job, gets the runner to third. So 1 away, here's the number 9 hitter in Evan Duncan. Duncan lined out in the third. He'll show bunt, and the pitch in there for a called strike. Hedinger down to first base, trying to take away the bunt to that side.
Ooh, look at this.
Tough play. Play at the plate. No. Heading to second is Duncan. Here's the throw. Not in time. 3-2. Great play by Duncan on the squeeze.
Now we've seen a squeeze play.
Yeah.
We've seen everything this weekend.
You know who would be happy?
The Hall of Famer.
The Hall of Famer. He wanted a squeeze, and he finally got one here. So now 3-2, runner at second base. Here's Sean Jeffries. Quakers manufacturing a run. Well, even though you're a power hitting team, you can find a way to generate a run on the squeeze play.
Give Transy a little bit of its own medicine, too, in terms of small ball.
That's right. 1 ball, no strikes. Jeffries has walked twice tonight. The stretch by Gonzalez in the pitch. Inside corner for a strike. The 1-1. Good cut. And we'll go to 1-2. So far, Earlham managing just 3 hits here in the first 3+ innings. None bigger than that squeeze play by Duncan. The pitch by Gonzalez. Got him. 2 away. Here is Jimenez. Lined out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the third. Evan Duncan down at second base. So far, the battle between number 1 and number 2, everything that we thought it would be, just not a whole lot of power in this one, as that pitch is low for a ball.
Long way to go.
Yes.
See some of that power.
Jimenez back up, ready to go. Gonzalez with the pitch. Hit hard, knocked down by Finn. Another great play by the third baseman. Wide throw. Run will score. And we're tied at 3. That was a great play by the third baseman, Finn. Just a bad throw. And that'll bring up Mitchell Rother, and they'll walk him. Now runners at first and second, and here's Jackson McFarland. So they go with the lefty-lefty matchup. McFarland, though, has singled twice.
It's a little different when you intentionally walk a guy to bring up the next guy who's got 10 home runs.
The stretch and the pitch. Off the end of the bat. Gonzalez. Low throw to first, and he was saved right there by Hedinger. The Quakers score 2. We head to the 5th inning. We're tied at 3.
Woods, just from excitement, that's been really fun for me to see.
So I'm Dr. Pamela Pretorius, and I'm working with Maggie Donovan this summer. Her project is focused on collecting Culex pipiens mosquitoes here around campus and trying to genotype them so we can get a better understanding of the population that's here in the area. These mosquitoes are significant because they are known West Nile vectors. It'll help us begin to maybe make ties and connections and gain better understandings related to potential disease transmission. She will set a trap, usually in late afternoon. She uses smelly water. It's made with a hay infusion to basically attract the female mosquitoes when they go to lay their eggs, get sucked up into the trap, and are collected in a net. Maggie goes back out the next morning and will collect the trap, brings the mosquitoes back to the lab, and freezes them. Once they're frozen, she goes through an identification process where she looks at features related to bristles that are present on their wings, to structures of the legs that allows her to identify the type of mosquito. Once she has the mosquito identified, she goes about extracting DNA from those mosquitoes. And then we can use that DNA to begin to look at what is the genetic makeup of the mosquito to identify.
Back here in Kokomo, as we head to the 5th inning. This inning brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Ethan Dillon will lead things off, had that inside the park home run in the 3rd. By the way, the Quakers able to pull off the 2 runs without a base hit. Evan Duncan actually scored a fielder's choice on that squeeze. They made the attempt at home plate, so that enabled him to get on base on the fielder's choice. So without a base hit, Quakers tied at 3. Fouled away. Caught a piece of Stratton. Willoughby and Stratton, the new battery. Game has changed a lot since these two guys came into the lineup. Dillon back in, the pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Missed low. One thing about Stratton, you notice he's got a very strong arm. That may keep Transy in check, stolen base-wise here tonight. Boy, that one didn't miss by much again. 3 balls and a strike. Hear the rumblings again from the Earlham crowd here tonight. The 3-1. That's hit foul. Fans are bundled up here tonight like we're ready to kick things off in maybe late October. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Dillon. The pitch lined up the middle, base hit. Dillon continues to swing a hot bat. Here's Hettinger, the cleanup hitter. He had a double and a run scored in the 3rd. Transy got off to a fast start, a run in the 1st inning. They scored 2 more in the 3rd. The Quakers coming back with a run in the 3rd, 2 more in the 4th. Number 1, number 2, trying to get to that championship game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Again, we'll have 2 games before that. We have a game at 10 o'clock now that wasn't originally on your schedule. And the other game at 1:15 and 4:30. The stretch and the throw to first. The stretch by Willoughby and the pitch outside. Jeffries early on, the pitcher that started the game for the Quakers, had those early walks. Only 1 came back to score. Down the line, fair ball, backhanded by Dick. The throw down to second, and he's safe. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Dick.
That came up on the board?
Yep.
I don't know about that. Just good base running.
Here's Watkins. Shows bunt, pitches up high. Yeah, they flash that thing up there really quick. I think they said, we're going to show Schumer something right here. Here's the 1-0. Low and outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Whoever made that decision has never played third base before.
Apparently not. Oh, that's low. Now, they didn't earlier give the error that I thought they should to Wagster, so maybe that's why they put it up there to try to show us, hey, we can put an error on the board if we have to.
Do whatever we want.
Yeah. Right now they're trying to load him up. Watkins showing bunt, and that pitch misses. This can't be missing by a whole lot. Bases loaded. Here's Schubert.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether it was a hit or an error. Bases loaded, nobody out. End of story. Get some bullpen arm going down there in Earlham's vicinity.
Yep, just a chance now for Willoughby to talk to his entire infield. And again, this is more the strategy to give that bullpen a chance to go as Schubert is next. Schubert 1 for 2. He singled in the third as Transylvania trying to get one of those runs back that were given up in the last half inning.
And again, Transylvania's had a number of opportunities in this game to kind of break the game open, and this is another one.
Willoughby comes set, and the pitch, and it hit him.
Wow.
Forces in a run. And now Steve Sacka sits. Is he going to go out and talk to Willoughby, or? Schubert took that one on the hand. Trainer's going to check him out. And the Quakers going to go back to their bullpen. Tell you about the new pitcher coming up here on HCAC.tv.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Garrett Odie will be the new pitcher for the Quakers. Odie making his 16th appearance, 25 innings this season, 33 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 20 strikeouts, 7 walks. He is 3-1 with an ERA of 4.32, and opposing teams hitting him at a 3.14 clip. So now the third pitcher used by Earlham, and the Quakers trail at 4-3. It appears that Schubert, after getting hit by the pitch on the hand, he's okay. Trainer checked him out down at first base. Still no outs here in the 5th inning, and the Quakers trying to avoid a big inning by Transylvania.
Again, we see a couple things there. One is Earlham's pitching depth. They are first in the conference in overall pitching effectiveness. but also just the urgency around winning this game.
Max Finn ready to hit.
Still a great opportunity for Transylvania to change the tone of this game.
Boy, they had opportunity to do that very same thing in the first inning. In the second inning, they did get the 2 runs in the third, but those first 2 innings, they really could have opened this thing up big time. The softball game is tied at 2 apiece as they're trying to complete the last game they'll play of the day. So Max Finn, a walk in the second, grounded out in the third. Odie's pitch outside. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. The stretch and the 1-1 delivery is outside. 2 balls and a strike. This one hit foul to our right. We'll go to 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Down the line, foul. The break even, hit back up the middle, base hit. That's going to score 2. Well, I said 2, but they held the runner at third. I think they had a chance to score 2.
Yeah, they did.
So Transy playing a little conservative right there, again with no outs.
We have been critical at spots this weekend when teams have been over-aggressive with nobody out, so I'm sure that's some of what they were thinking about. But, you know, by keeping the bases loaded, you know, you're keeping infield fly in play. Now, first and second would have done the same.
Pedro Monaco will step to the plate, swings at the first pitch, and fouls it away.
You're keeping double play ball a possibility.
Transylvania able to get those 2 runs back as that pitch is outside. Count even at 1-1. Quakers have won 6 out of the last 10 meetings between these 2 teams. Fly ball right side. Duncan is there. Runner at third will tag. Watkins on his way to the plate. And heading to third will be Schubert. 3 runs across in the half inning. And Transylvania now leads at 6-3. Petra Monaco with the sacrifice fly. And here's Alcorn. Branton is 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out and flew out. Fly ball into center field. Jimenez is there. The runner at third will tag. Schubert on his way to the plate, and now 4 runs across. The first 4 hitters who got on base all score here for Transylvania. And another sacrifice fly as Brenton Alcorn able to get the RBI. Here's Caden Ford. Very productive half inning now for Transylvania.
Two outs. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of running from Transylvania with a 4-run lead.
That one hit into
Not gonna
right
need to.
field. Duncan going back on it. Duncan at the fence. That takes a big bounce. Here is Finn rounding third. He's going to score and into third with the triple as Caden Ford. Now 5 runs in the inning. It is all Transy here in the 5th. Shiratori, the 9th batter to come to the plate in this half inning. The pitch by Odie, low and outside. The 1-0. That's a called strike. That's strike 2. Now the 1-2 pitch, fouled off. Two away here in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up right side. Rother has room, makes the catch, and the half inning is over, but 9 come to the plate. They score 5. Transy leads it 8-3.
Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
The Mount didn't just teach me, it changed me. My professors pushed me to think bigger. My mentors led by example, lighting the way. And every step, I leveled up. Now it's my turn to teach, to inspire, to pay it forward. Because every challenge, every late night, every aha moment, every grind has taken me to new heights.
Well, now Gonzalez has a 5-run cushion as we head to the bottom of the 5th, brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Wagster, Dick, and Barnett all due up for the Quakers.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th at number 10, Noah Wagster.
Wagster tonight grounded out in the 1st inning. He singled in the 3rd. And the Quakers got now quite a hill to climb. Fastball called strike. Here's the 0-1. Hit him on the leg. That's a good start. Here's Austin Dick. Austin 0 for 2. Austin grounded out in the 2nd. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Gonzalez with the pitch. Got it by him. Here's the 0-1. And quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 on the way is a called third strike. Here's Barnett. Well, you're going to have to go up there swinging the bat. And Barnett will step to the plate. Quakers still with just 3 hits.
Gonzalez now has 4 strikeouts.
Go along with the 4 walks he has given up as well. Runner at first takes off. Throw down to second, and a stolen base by Wagster. That pitch was in there for a strike against Barnett.
Don't often see stolen bases when you're down 5, so that's a aggressive move.
Scoreboard
Works
has
out.
it wrong. It should be no balls and 1 strike, or should say, yeah, no balls, 1 strike. They got it 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Now it's even at 1-1. Popped him up. Should be playable. Gonzalez, the first baseman. Hedinger is there, makes the play, 2 away. Here's Stratton. Quakers got going a little bit offensively in that 4th inning with the leadoff walk to Barnett, and then, of course, Stratton did a good job sacrificing the runner. They did all that again without a base hit in the 4th. Stratton up for the 2nd time tonight. Runner takes off, throw down to 3rd, tag laid on, and did they get him? No.
He's so lucky they called him safe. Again, you're down 5. You're in scoring position. You can't be running into outs.
Now Wagster, 2 stolen bases here in the half inning. The pitch by Gonzalez, and that one fouled away, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he was safe. Got another look at it.
Oh-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So the stolen base means nothing. We head to the 6th inning. Transy leads at 8-3.
This is LifeWise Academy. It's a program that teaches Bible-based character education to public school students during school hours. Not before school and not after, but during school hours.
So here's how this works. The students will leave this school building, hop on this bus, take a short ride across the street to the church. I can see the steeple from here, have Bible class, hop back on the bus, head back to school. It's that simple.
Go to lifewise.org to find your school.
Ethan Dillon will lead things off here in the 6th inning, brought to you by Jimmy John's. Dylan Hettinger along with Watkins after a 5-run 5th inning. 9 batters coming to the plate for the Pioneers in that 5th inning. They were able to do their damage too with just 3 hits. Dylan, a couple of hits tonight as well. 2 for 2, had the inside the park home run. He's walked, has the RBI. And Odie set to throw here in the 6th inning. There's a good look at the right-handed hitting Ethan Dillon. Pitch low and inside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. 2-0.
Dylan's off to a good start tonight. 2 for 2, 2 runs, a walk, an RBI.
Pop up to right field. Duncan coming in a few steps will make the catch. 1 away.
Now the plate number 19, Chris Hettinger.
Hettinger will step to the plate. Couple of runs scored. Doubled back in the 3rd. We talked about it earlier, how the game kind of felt early on like Transylvania at the time should have been maybe winning more than they were, and then the Quakers came back and tied it at 3, but still that feeling just wasn't there, was it, for Earlham? You just didn't feel maybe the energy you were looking for. This one hit down the line. Duncan on the run, and that'll go foul.
Wondering, by the way, Odie comes in, ends the inning. Transy's big inning. He does give up a run, wasn't earned, so he gives up no earned runs. A lot of that damage goes back to Willoughby. One of the fun things about keeping score in baseball, right?
Yeah. And Willoughby, I thought, actually pitched well when he came in. Didn't last as long as they had hoped. That pitch is upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Tomorrow, if Transylvania holds on, it'll be interesting. It's up high. How will Earlham respond? They'll have to come back and play in that 115 game. They'll play the winner of Rose-Hulman and Hanover, and the pitch is outside for ball 4.
Long way to go in this one, but Transy does seem to be playing with an edge that they started the game with that maybe Earlham hasn't quite had.
Here's Watkins. Walked and scored in the 5th inning. He is now 1 for 1 in RBI. The stretch by Odie, and he'll throw to first. The pitch stays up high, and we'll go to 1 ball, no strikes. Runner takes off, fly ball center field. Jimenez makes the catch. Hettinger back to first, and there's 2 away. Here's Schubert.
Schubert so far 1 for 2, 2 RBIs.
Just going to keep throwing that out there, aren't you?
And a run scored.
You and Nathaniel.
How about a run scored? A run scored.
There's a called strike. Nathaniel on. In fact, he had to go back to Indianapolis. Roncalli girls lacrosse. The stretch and the pitch. up high. I will be busy with a lot of lacrosse here pretty soon.
Do you know anything about lacrosse?
Absolutely nothing. I just fake
Yeah,
it from the
figured.
time we start.
Figured.
Here's the 1-1. Bunt at third base side, and it'll go foul.
First game we ever called together, Troy. Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. And since then, we've done soccer, baseball, softball. We started to do soccer one afternoon, I think. Small ball, big ball, and no ball.
Yeah, we did drive out to Terre Haute to watch a couple soccer games.
It was great. Warm day, though. This one hit well in the gap. It's going to be trouble. Henniger, he will score easily. Into second base is Schubert with a double. 9-3 Transy. Here's Max Finn. Henniger has scored 3 times tonight. Max Finn singled his last time up. A 6-run advantage now for Transylvania.
Transylvania isn't just winning, they're making a statement.
I think they are. Lined over the outstretched arms of Jeffries. Schubert will score. Another extra base hit by Finn, and it's now 10-3. Pedro Monaco now steps up. We'll go back to the bullpen. Quakers trail at 10-3.
Every year, the Econ Senior Seminar class does a project of community outreach, and we kind of have full authority over which group we want to work with for the semester. We wanted to stay local, and we looked at a couple options, and we settled on Town Branch because it's very close to Transy and it's going to affect Transy students.
I think the downtown partnerships are very nice because students should be able to see that they're part of a life, and I think when you can literally from the steps of the school see a place or be able to walk to it, it just seems different. And you're oftentimes, I've seen over a decade of doing this, students feel more empowered to work with a group.
So Town Branch Park is a nonprofit organization that's bringing that green space back to downtown Lexington, which is something very new and refreshing that I think the community could frankly use. I think this project's unique is because how cooperative Town Branch Park was, and Town Branch Park did a very good job of being invested in our project and giving us everything we needed to be successful.
I think working in a professional setting definitely prepared us for the future. We really got to take the initiative with this project, and it was very student-led.
When we were at our meetings, I said, I want to be in the back. So if anybody here, students or otherwise, has questions, I'm willing to answer, but these students are prepped. It's their project. They are in charge.
I think working for a client rather than a grade was definitely a different experience, because when you have that face-to-face interaction, it's not, you're doing it for other people and not for yourself, and so it's more of a mindset of, oh, I don't want to let this client down, rather than I need to achieve this grade. And so I found myself not even concerned with the grade I was getting. It was more so, am I putting out a work product that I am proud of and would be proud to be received in a professional setting.
Welcome back to Kokomo as Braden Lewis will now pitch for the Quakers. He is making his 14th appearance, 18 2/3 innings this season, 21 hits, 14 runs, 6 of those earned, 13 strikeouts, and 4 walks. 1-0 on the year with an ERA of 2.89, opposing teams at 256. Quakers have gone to their bullpen for the 3rd time. That one hit to the screen as Pedro Monaco tonight, 0 for 2. Does have an RBI, and he had, of course, that sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. Lewis with the pitch. Popped up right side. Duncan, the first baseman, Rother, and he can't get to it. Good effort, though, by Rother in foul territory.
It's a tough play. He's kind of trying to Willie Mays that thing.
Right now, the life is simply taken out of this Quaker baseball team as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. They've just not had a whole lot to cheer about despite coming back to tie this game at 3. It's been 7 unanswered runs. That one's hit foul. You're talking about maybe a statement game right here. I think they're going to put an exclamation point on it if they can and really maybe play with the mind of the Quakers for tomorrow if Earlham can get back to the chance to play him again. Pitch low and outside.
And, I mean, there's no guarantee of that, right?
No,
anyone can win these games. And, you know, not that these guys won't be available tomorrow, but boy, is Earlham flying through some of their bullpen here in this game.
1-2 pitch. Chopper to the shortstop, Barnett. The low throw play is made, but 2 more runs across. Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Transy leads it by 7.
Every year, the Econ Senior Seminar class does a project of community outreach, and we kind of have full authority over which group we want to work with for the semester. We wanted to stay local, and we looked at a couple options, and we settled on Town Branch because it's very close to Transy and it's going to affect Transy students.
I think the downtown partnerships are very nice because students should be able to see that they're part of a life. And I think when you can literally, from the steps of the school, see a place or be able to walk to it, it just seems different. And you're oftentimes, I've seen over a decade of doing this, students feel more empowered to work with a group.
So Town Branch Park is a nonprofit organization that's bringing that green space back to downtown Lexington, which is something very new and refreshing that I think the community could frankly use. I think this project's unique is because how cooperative Town Branch Park was, and Town Branch Park did a very good job of being invested in our project and giving us everything we needed to be successful.
I think working in a professional setting definitely prepared us for the future. We really got to take the initiative with this project, and it was very student-led.
When we were at our meetings, I said, I want to be in the back. So if anybody here, students or otherwise, has questions, I'm willing to answer, but these students are prepped. It's their project. They are in charge.
In their offensive stats,
10-3 your score as the Pioneers have the lead. Bottom of the 6th inning. Again, this inning brought to you by Jimmy John's. It'll be Duncan, Jeffries, and Jimenez. Duncan 0 for 2 tonight. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Ten runs, 9 hits now for Transylvania. 2 balls, no strikes.
I must have hit the ground. I thought it hit him.
Yeah, that was odd, wasn't it? Because I thought I hit him too. This one hit toward the second baseman. Shiratori on to first, and there's one away. Top of the order now, and Sean Jeffries. Sean 0 for 1 tonight, couple of walks and a strikeout. Does have a stolen base as well. I think about Gonzalez now. They will use him, I'm sure, as long as they can, and kind of like the strategy we had talked about before. If they can get a complete game out of him, that'll benefit them tomorrow if need be. Fly ball right field. Schubert back on it, makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Here's Jimenez. I don't know about you, I sometimes think about sports, and especially maybe not so much in the pro level, but a lot of times in the collegiate level and such, when one team beats another team badly, I think it is a psychological advantage. Kenny, you look over in that other dugout and they're having a good time and you're not having such a good time.
100%.
And I know you like to feel maybe you're going to get back at them, and Earlham has a chance to do that, but right now it is all Transylvania thinking about that championship tomorrow. Jimenez 0 for 3 tonight. Low and outside.
We talked about which would hold the best hitting team in the conference, Transylvania, or the best pitching team in the conference, which is Earlham, and so far it's been hitting.
3 balls and a strike. Scoreboard behind by a ball. There you go. Here's the 3-1 outside, ball 4. 2-out walk given up to Jimenez. Here's Rother.
It's the one thing maybe you could find a quibble about Gonzalez's outing here. He does have 5 walks. Been effective.
Yeah, I think that right now they don't mind too much as long as he doesn't give up a big half inning. That pitch is outside.
He's been scattering them.
Yep.
Which helps.
That's like a lot of times coaches will tell you, I don't mind if you give up a home run, just don't give up a 2 or 3 run home run or a grand slam. Don't give up a solo shot. Popped him up high in the air. Alcorn.
I don't think he sees it.
I don't think he does. And the second baseman, Shiratori, can't make the play either. And Jimenez all the way to third. That thing was hit a mile high by Rother. Yeah, there's no way Alcorn had no idea where that ball was.
We've seen that 4 or 5 times in 2 days.
Yeah. Here's McFarland. I don't know about you, but once I would see that ball hit that high, I'd be turning around and falling down and looking pretty silly. Pitches inside.
I'm sure you never made an error, Troy.
Never. Here's the 1-0. Count even a 1 ball, 1 strike. I used to be, to show you how used to be is in my middle name, used to be a pretty good downhill skier. You grow up in Wyoming and Colorado, you learn how to downhill ski. Now it's hit toward the third baseman, Finn. Snags it, throws to first. Quakers leave 2 on. We head to the 7th, 7-run lead for Transylvania. Well, we head to the 7th inning. It'll be Brenton Alcorn to lead things off. Alcorn 0 for 2 with an RBI tonight. Transy scored 2 in the 3rd, came back with 5 runs in the 5th inning, 2 more in the 6th. Again, 7 unanswered runs. So here is Alcorn. He'll face Lewis for the first time tonight. Pioneers taking the mystery out of this one again, as this will be hit to the right side. Diving the first baseman, Rother. Jeffries can't get to it either. Base hit for Alcorn.
Umpire giving a safe signal. And again, he's just observing a slight little contact between the rounding of first base and the first baseman who was there.
Here's Caden Ford. Ford 1 for 3 and an RBI. 10th hit of the night now for Transy. And the pitch is outside by Lewis. Lewis, a long look. Here's the pitch. Back up the middle. That one takes a hard hop. Barnett steps on the bag, throws to first. And did he stay on the bag? Yes. Nice stretch by Rother. Double play. So 2 away, and here's Shiratori. Shiratori 0 for 3, a walk and a strikeout. Scored a run back in the first inning. And the pitch a called strike. Lewis's job right now to hold Transy in check. That would hit down the line and curving foul. Try to give that offense a chance to get going here in the last 3 innings. The pitch up high. So the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one missed low and outside. We'll go to 2-2. And the break-even pitch popped him up. Should be playable for Rother in foul territory. And the big first baseman squeezes it, and it turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning here in the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of inning number 7, 10-3, Transy.
In today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, compliance is more than just a checklist. It's the foundation of operational reliability, safety, and trust. And here in Indianapolis, we're honored to be at the heart of that mission. We collaborate with asset owners, operators, helping them stay ahead of NERC standards and grid demands. Our electrical engineering and compliance experts provide hands-on support tailored to your fleet. As expectations rise and regulations evolve, you deserve a partner who brings more than just expertise. You need commitment, clarity, and confidence.
Head at the bottom of the 7th, it's Wagster, Dick, and Barnett for the Quakers. You take a look at Giancarlo Gonzalez. He's now surpassed 100 pitches here tonight, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned with 5 strikeouts and 5 walks, but he has now gotten the run support he needs. Wagster, 1 for 2, will step to the plate. Wagster singled in the 3rd inning, was hit by pitch in the 5th. Quakers still just 4 hits on the night. Pitch is low and inside for a ball. The 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch fouled off. And we'll go to 2-1. Well, it's not often that a Earlham baseball team, especially this year with the amount of hitters they have in their lineup, you can hold them to 4 hits. But Gonzalez able to do it here tonight. Pitch is low and inside. We'll go to 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Third baseman Finn on the charge will throw to first, 1 away. Here's Austin Dick. The least hits the Quakers have had in a game this year, you have to go back to February 21st. They lost Olivet 2-0. Quakers that day had just 3 hits. Since then, they've not gotten any less than 5 in a game. 1 ball, no strikes.
And I was just looking at scores. They did lose to Mount St. Joseph 9-2 on May 2nd.
That hit foul.
They lost to DePaul 7-2 on March 31st.
Fouled away. Go to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And they did lose pretty badly to Kenyon in Florida on March 11th, 12-1.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And of course, that Florida trip, a lot of times coaches take these players and try to figure out who might help them when they come back north. The wins and losses don't mean quite as much. Gets by Gonzalez, charging Alcorn, and he can't make the play. So Austin Dick at first. Here's Barnett. Quakers pick up their 4th hit. Barnett 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch by Gonzalez, and it's outside for a ball.
Here's another look at it. Gonzalez gets the first chance. Couldn't see where the runner was when he bobbled it.
2-0. Blown inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Gonzalez in danger of walking his 6th hitter of the night. Barnett probably has the green light right here if he sees a good pitch, and he'll take it. So now 3-1. And 3-2. Good cut by Barnett. The payoff pitch on the way hit foul, and right now Barnett hanging tough here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fly ball down the line. Let's see if it'll stay fair, and it will be in the corner. Dick rounding second on his way to third, and a double by Barnett. And with 1 away, runners at second and third, and the Quakers have something going here in the 7th.
You manifested again here, Troy.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's Stratton.
You know, we were talking about Stratton, who probably isn't going to get to hit here.
Yeah, it looks like we will have a pinch hitter now for the Quakers.
Okay, so the observation, we were talking about this catching situation, whether or not Rick's injured. So Stratton today goes 0 for 1. Before today, Stratton's 0 for 6. Rick, of course, hits over 300. So that's a pretty significant difference between them as players. I don't think you sort of half-heartedly make that change.
Bullis drives this one to center field, caught there by Dillon. Runners will tag in advance, and the run will score. And the appeal at second base is unsuccessful, and the Quakers get a run back. Bullis able to drive in the run.
Yeah, let's see. I did think he kind of left early. No, maybe not.
Now the Quakers trail it by 6. Evan Duncan at the plate, and the pitch is outside for a ball. 5th hit now for the Quakers is Bullis. In limited action this year has hit .325. He just drove in his 10th run. Here's the pitch. Called strike.
And now Earlham's going to be in a position where they're going to have to go to their 3rd catcher. And I just described the offensive difference between their 1st catcher and their 2nd catcher. So can only imagine here what the 3rd catcher is going to look like.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Duncan is 0 for 2 with an RBI. This one hit to the right side, and that will land just at the warning track near the fence. Yeah, not often you see a team using 3 catchers in a game, but that's what the Quakers will have to do. But again, that shows their depth. Barnett down at 3rd. Here's the pitch. And Duncan has another good cut. We'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's no activity in the bullpen for Transylvania. Gonzalez, one of the most recent pitchers, now getting up there in the pitch count. Here's the stretch and the 1-2 pitch.
And with that 6-run lead, Trancy's kind of in that situation where we saw a little bit yesterday. It's like he's not going to throw tomorrow. He's probably not going to throw the rest of this tournament. So it's like we're going to use every ounce of his arm that we can.
The 1-2. Outside 2-2.
Just having a word with Transylvania dugout, looks like.
Yeah, a little chirping going on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The stretch by Gonzalez. And another foul ball. How about this at bat by Evan Duncan? Well, who's going to win this battle, Gonzalez or Duncan? The stretch and the pitch. Another foul ball. Apparently Duncan thinks we have an endless supply of baseballs.
And he thinks the game isn't over, which you like to see.
He is battling here in the 7th. Quakers would love to get another run in down at 3rd base. The stretch and the pitch up high. The payoff pitch on the way and lost him. Top of the order now, Sean Jeffries. And we have a visit to the mound, and we'll have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about the new pitcher next on HCAC.tv.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms. After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile. Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Earlham is the best college you've never heard of. No, really? We don't have fraternities or sororities. Instead, we have themed community houses built on common interests, like outdoor education. This is our campus museum, home to the world's most complete fossil giant beaver. While you're here, you too can catch giant beaver fever. Every college has clubs, but nothing compares to Dance Alloy's end-of-year dance recital. Or bringing your horse to college with you. Sustainability is an important part of who we are. This is the Free Store. And this is our student-run organic farm. We also have compost collection in all buildings across campus. Earlham is a global community, with students coming from more than 60 countries and 40 states. From Earlham's heart to the heart of London. About 2/3 of our graduates study abroad at least once before graduation.
Luke Patton will take over for Transylvania, the closer for the Pioneers. Throws a strike there to Jeffries. So far this year, Patton, his 20th appearance, 29 2/3 innings. He's given up 30 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 24 strikeouts, and 7 walks. He has 5 saves this year. 5-1 on the year, an ERA of 2.12. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jeffries.
Now Earlham gets to adjust to a pretty significant velocity change here too.
Fastball outside.
But it doesn't matter if you're not throwing it in the strike zone.
Jeffries, a couple of walks. He has struck out. That happened in the 4th inning. The pitch by Patton, and a fastball misses again, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch on the way, hit foul. 2 aways we play here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Quakers again with runners at first and third. Barnett at third. Duncan at first. The stretch by Patton and the pitch. Runner takes off. Ground ball toward Alcorn. He will charge and throw and get the out, and Patton does his job. Quakers get a run. We head to the 8th inning. Transy leads it by 6.
Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
I chose Franklin because of the location, the community that I felt from when I visited, and I was also given the opportunity to play on the tennis team here. I've been able to complete 2 internships. I was able to go to Arizona and study under a physical therapist there, and I was able to gain a lot of hands-on healthcare experience. So through that, I felt well prepared when applying to graduate schools. I found my future at Franklin College.
You want more than just a degree. You want a place where professors know your name and small classes become big opportunities. At Franklin College, 100% of first-year full-time students receive financial aid. Choose from over 50 majors with a 12-to-1 student-faculty ratio. Gain real-world experience through internships, research, and digital fluency skills that prepare you for life after graduation. All on a 207-acre campus just 30 minutes from Indianapolis. Find your future at franklincollege.edu.
Max 30. New catcher will be Max Firestein for the Quakers, the third used tonight by Coach Sakasitz and Earlham.
Leading off the top of the eighth, number 21, Ethan Dillon.
Ethan Dillon will lead things off here in the eighth inning. So far, Dillon tonight, 2 for 3. Chops this one foul left side. Lewis back into work here in the eighth. Quakers still have a long way to go, down by 6 and hoping to hold Transylvania scoreless. Off the end of the bat to Lewis, one away. That'll bring up Chris Hedinger, who will step to the plate. He has scored 3 runs tonight. He is 1 for 3. Has a walk to his credit as well. So 1 away here in the eighth inning. Pitch by Lewis, hit down the line, foul. That might be the fastest retrieval of a foul ball that I've seen the entire tournament. Not only did he get 1, he got 2, I believe. Somebody may have left a foul ball. There he is right there. Good hustle. The pitch by Lewis, low and outside. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1. Here's Barnett at short. Throw to first, 1 away, actually 2 away. And that'll bring up Watkins. Watkins 1 for 2 with a RBI to walk. Nice pitch by Lewis. Jumps ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes.
Just looking at the third catcher for Earlham, and Firestein has a lot more playing time this year than does Stratton, which just makes me think, you know, like Stratton's maybe a better defensive specialist, so that's why he came in second.
This one popped up to the shortstop, Barnett. He'll squeeze it there in a 1-2-3 inning here in the eighth. Quakers come to the plate, down by 6.
1974, just before 4 p.m., a violent tornado ripped through a significant portion of the Hanover College campus. The storm was part of the famed super outbreak, which included nearly 150 confirmed.
Jimenez will lead things off against the right-hander Patton. Patton got the final out of that 7th inning, stopping the Quaker rally with just 1 run. Jonathan tonight 0 for 3 with a walk. Quakers will have to make some adjustments quickly here in the last couple of innings. That pitch in there for a strike.
We were just talking in between the inning. Patton has 5 saves. You called him their closer. Enters in the 7th, which sometimes you see MLB teams do that in the playoffs where suddenly the closer is entering a lot earlier. You don't know what is typical for them. But it is an interesting move. If he finishes a 9-inning game, he will have gone 2 1/3. Doesn't necessarily mean you can't play tomorrow, I guess. Right. But it does kind of limit him for the rest of the weekend.
Well, he hits Jimenez. Jonathan on base now 4 times tonight, and here's Mitchell Rother.
And, Transy seems to know what they're doing, so they don't need my opinion. But I think I would have either dragged Gonzalez out a little bit more, or I would have put in someone to kind of get you to Patton.
Here's power against power as that pitch low and inside.
Again, they're still up 6. So you could always do this as more of an urgent matter if you really needed to, but I just didn't think it was necessary.
The 1-0 pitch, low and inside. Well, you'll know soon if it backfires. And the
other thing that's worth observing is, to see numbers like his, 0 starts all out of the bullpen. That's the difference between a Transy or an Earlham and the rest of the conference.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would be in the starting rotation for a number of these schools.
I agree. 2 balls and a strike now to Rother. 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. The stretch by Patton and the pitch. 2-2. I guess the only theory that I would have is, again, they were going to put out the fire in the 7th, and they were going to try to make sure that they limit anything Earlham could do in the 8th, and if they get toward the middle or bottom of the order, they have a better chance of limiting Earlham any runs with Patton on the mound. This one would be lifted into shallow right center field, and that'll fall in for a base hit. Now runners at first and second. Rother gets his second base hit.
By the way, he was a starter. 2024, he started 12 times. 2023, started 12 times. So, for whatever reason at the beginning of this season, they just said, you're going to be our closer.
By the way, in softball, Bluffton beat Mount St. Joseph 7-6, so their final game is done for the day. High in the air, and that'll go out of play as McFarland way out in front. And not a single effort to get that baseball. I'm really disappointed in the fan action we've seen this year.
Would you have caught that with your hat?
Exactly. At least made an effort. We saw no effort right there.
Maybe even your bare hand.
I would have tried. Lose a finger, but it's worth it. No balls in a strike. McFarland again with great power from the left side, 10 home runs. So Patton wants to be careful here with runners at first and second, no outs as we play in the bottom of the 8th inning.
So you're one of those people who would be like jumping over the kids to get that ball.
Exactly. Not jump over him, run over him. Pitch is outside, 2-1. It's all fair, no matter what's going on.
Only so many ways to prove your self-esteem in this life, you know?
And
Catching foul balls over children.
Yes, as little as 1 or 2. The 2-1 pitch, 2-2. That's just right there, power against power. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Got him. Big strikeout. 1 away. Here's Wagster. Wagster tonight 1 for 3. Patton's next pitch on the way is a fastball called strike. Jimenez down at second base, Rothers at first. Quakers need some runs. They're down to their final 5 outs of this one. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike.
Patton was 6-0 a year ago. So they took their pitcher, their starting pitcher was 6-0, and they said, we're going to move you to the bullpen. That's a luxury.
Yeah, and he seems to have accepted that role very well. Foul tipped, held on, and Wagster strikes out and 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts. Here's Austin Dick. Austin 1 for 4 and a strikeout. It is, though, difficult to adjust when you think about Gonzalez, the left-hander, not as much velocity. You come back, you got to face Patton. You don't have a whole lot of time to adjust to the right-hander. There's a breaking pitch. So the Quaker hitters are going to have to do this very, very quickly. Patton has a run scored. That happened in the 7th inning. And it's quickly 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch way outside. Well, imagine the reaction time of a player like Watkins to just get to that one. That was nowhere close around the plate, but he was able to snag it in midair. Here's the stretch by Patton. And the 1-2 pitch. Chopper toward the third baseman. It'll be a fair ball. He'll step on the bag. Yeah, Jimenez out down at third, unassisted for the 3rd out. Want to remind you, tomorrow we'll be here bright and early. So that means that Chris can't party the way it intended to tonight, because we'll have to be here for our pregame at around 9:50 for the 10 o'clock start time. It'll be Hanover and Rose-Hulman. The loser of this game will play tomorrow at 1:15 against the winner of Hanover and Rose-Hulman. The winner of that game will play in the championship at 4:30 tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon.
Especially since Keith is getting such a head start on me, you know, with the softball game already over. It's not even fair.
2 nights in a row he's gotten a head start on you. We have just been informed that softball game lasted 3 hours. They've had some long ones.
Keith Mars started before the game ended.
True. Well, right now we head to the top half of the 9th inning. Schubert, Finn, and Petra Monaco all due up. 4 runs, 7 hits, and an error tonight for the Quakers. 10-2 for the Pioneers. Mentioned these 2 teams split in their 2 games they played in Richmond just a couple of weeks ago. Schubert 2 for 3. He has driven in 3 runs. Had that big double in the 6th inning. And the pitch by Lewis. He'll bunt at third base side. Dick charging, and he tried to barehand it. And Schubert on with a leadoff single here in the 9th inning.
Didn't have that on my bingo card.
No. And Schubert now has 3 hits. Here's Max Finn. 11 hits now by the Pioneers. Finn is 2 for 3 tonight, has a couple of RBI.
Did you emphasize that at the end?
I did. Finn doubled in the 6th inning. Not sure why they're checking on Schubert down at first base. Even the trainer came out to check on him, but he's going to get a little warm-up run right here. I didn't see anything that happened down at first, but he got down the line pretty quick. He may be done. Schubert's going to come out of the lineup.
Tweaked a muscle or something.
So Schubert out, and coming in now for Transylvania as a pinch runner, number 31. That will be Parker Mathis. Well, I'm sure with a comfortable 6-run lead, they want to make sure Schubert will be ready for tomorrow. Here is Max Finn. He will square to bunt. Lewis, the only play he has it to first, and he throws it away. Mathis on to third. Now runners on the corners.
You mentioned before the game just kind of a little bit of a flare-up last 2 times these teams played. And this is where it gets interesting because Transy likes to play small ball, so there's nothing unusual about that stylistically. But one of the kind of unwritten codes about baseball is there's certain like a run differential after which you stop doing that kind of stuff. And I don't know exactly what the run differential is, and I don't know that there's agreement on that fact, but you know, go out here, talk to everyone without taking the pitcher out. I don't think they're talking about a first and third play here.
Well, the meeting is over. It was not the head coach that came out for the Quakers, one of the assistants. Pedro Monaco steps to the plate. Nick tonight 0 for 3 with an RBI. Chance to get another run on the board with a 6-run lead here in the 9th inning. The stretch by Lewis, and the pitch is outside for a ball. The stretch by Lewis, and the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, don't be surprised, though, if you see Finn maybe try to steal down at first base at some point. This will be hit to the right side. Jeffries charging. His only plays at first. Mathis will score, and it's now 11-4.
Now batting number 5, Franklin Alcorn.
Finn advancing down to second base with 1 away. Here is Brenton Alcorn. Alcorn 1 for 3. He too has an RBI. The stretch by Lewis, and the pitch. This one a fly ball to left. Wagster will make the catch. Finn will bluff the tag down at second base. 2 away, and we'll go to the top of the order now, Caden Ford. Ford tonight 1 for 4, an RBI and a walk. Also has a stolen base. That was in the 2nd inning. His triple came in the 5th inning. Then we'll have a pinch hitter as Camden McAtee will now pinch hit for Ford. McAtee hitting at 167 on the year. And the pitch by Lewis is a called strike. As we look to the bottom of the ninth inning, Quakers will have Barnett. Then we'll see who will hit in the number 8 hole. If it'll be Firestein or a pinch hitter. Duncan also scheduled to come up. There's a called strike. So it's 0-2 now. McAtee this year with a home run and 4 RBI, and he strikes out. That'll end the half inning, but Transy gets a run. We head to the bottom of the ninth, 11-4 Transylvania.
Community class traveled to Timbercrest, which is a senior living community, and we talked to retired teachers that are actually Manchester University alum.
We had the opportunity to interview Bud Tully, who is a former teacher from here in the community who worked in Manchester schools and in Wabash schools.
One of the things that I took away from the conversation with him was to always try to have fun in your classrooms.
And it really put it into perspective about different ways we can interact with our students as we go into this profession and what ways we can make learning fun.
The person I interviewed said that when you're a teacher, always be prepared for everything. Over-preparing is better than under-preparing. He also said, don't be afraid because you can't change everything. You can at least change one thing, and that's enough.
An interesting thing that my interviewee talked about was that she was married when she got here, and she came in as a 41-year-old college student. She originally went to Puerto Rico to teach, and then her and her husband came back here to finish their degrees. She said that it was truly her calling ever since she was like 3 years old.
Some advice that I thought was kind of interesting. He talked a lot about being there and presence with the kids, getting to know them, being more of a friend and a mentor as well.
Just seeing how he lit up when he talked about being a teacher. A story that he shared was he coordinated with his students. They went to go look at the stars at night. It was just really interesting to hear what he had.
Well, Chris Barnett will lead things off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Quakers will need 7 to send it into extra innings, 8 to win. Barnett 1 for 3 with a walk. His first look at Patton tonight, and the high leg kick and the pitch, he'll foul it away. Barnett grounded out in the second inning, walked and scored in the fourth. He flew out in the fifth and then doubled in the seventh. Fastball just outside. One ball and 1 strike as we play in the bottom of the ninth inning. Now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch hit high in the air. Left field, Ford coming toward the line and will make the catch. It's actually McAtee taking over for Ford in left, and there's one away.
I was watching to see because we've had so much trouble with those types of plays in this tournament. He did overrun it, but reaches back the other way at the last second to stab it.
Looks like we have another pinch hitter here for the Quakers. Looks like this may be number 4, which is Noah Rosado. Rosado has started 26 games this year. He's hitting a .225, 4 home runs and 15 runs driven in, as he is hitting in the number 8 hole. One ball, 2 strikes to Rosado.
Rosado listed at 6'4", 235. He was part of that arsenal of offensive linemen that were taking warm-ups at first base.
This one hit deep to McAtee, and he reaches up and makes the catch on the run, and there's 2 away. So the Quakers down to their final at bat, and that'll bring up Evan Duncan.
Rosado did put a charge into that thing.
He did. Evan is 0 for 2 tonight with an RBI and a walk. And Patton will try to finish it out right here. One ball and no strikes. Count is even at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Charging will be Alcorn. He'll have to hurry, and he will not get Duncan.
There's no way he was going to get Duncan. I noticed that last at bat. Duncan sure can move.
Here's Sean Jeffries at the top of the order, so the Quakers stay alive. Jeffries 0 for 3, 2 walks and a strikeout. Lone stolen base came back in the first inning. Runner takes off, and they will not even throw down in the strike to Jeffries. The pitch. Bouncing, Watkins able to backhand it. And the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, called strike 2. Now the Quakers down to their final strike. Transylvania trying to win their second in the 3 meetings they have had against the Quakers this year. This one is popped up to the right side. Shiratori goes out, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Transylvania will move on to the championship game tomorrow. An 11-4 win in a game that took less than 3 hours to play here tonight. The schedule again tomorrow. We'll be back for the 10 o'clock game. Rose-Hulman, Hanover at 10. 1:15, Earlham will take on the winner of the Hanover and Rose-Hulman game. And then the championship game will be at 4:30 tomorrow, if necessary, Sunday at noon. Your final score once again, Transylvania 11, Earlham 4. This has been HCAC Baseball on HCAC.tv.